Hey guys, it's Khadija with This Is R&B.com, and we are here ahead of the 30th anniversary of the Essence Festival of Culture with the undisputed queen of percussion, the iconic Sheila E. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And before we begin, I just have to give you your flowers. You're an innovator, a legend, a major force to be reckoned with. You've broken so many barriers for women, in particular women of color, and yet being another beacon of hope and inspiration of believing in oneself. For persevering in the tenacity in a male dominating field. So I must say thank you and applaud you, for sharing your bold gifts with the world. So thank
Oh,
you for
thank
that.
you. Thank you so much. That's beautiful.
You're
Thank you. I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Yes, no problem. After so many decades of being in this industry, have you been able to stay consistent and relevant to future and current music enthusiasts?
Uh, well, the being consistent is you can win being consistent. I'll tell you that. There's ups and downs in the industry. There's things that we go through in life, and the cool thing about being an artist is that we can express ourselves through music. So it's always a little different and challenging. With this new record, I just put out my first ever salsa record called Bailar. Letting people know. I mean, first of all, it's never too late to do something completely different. A lot of people thought that, I had already done a salsa record. I've never done a salsa record before. I played with a lot of salsa artists. However, this was different. So, doing this record is was challenging to say the least, and because this is new for me, adding a little bit of R&B to some of the salsa was different, and I don't think anyone had done what I had done before, which makes it different and unique. And I'm just being me, and I think that's a part of it is just enjoying what you get to do, which is incredible, and to not think, I think outside the box, and I don't put myself in a place of I can't. Let's see, can we do this? Let's make it happen. Let's go for it. It's like, has anyone done this? No. Good, then we should
Yes,
go do it.
yes.
It's that kind of thing, and just enjoying it. And it's really hard. It is not easy whatsoever, but it's worth the fight.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, so many gems that you just dropped there. Staying consistent because you said you win, and just so many things that you dropped there. So thank you for that. Back in April this year, you performed your newly released album, Bailar, at the historic Fillmore Miami Beach. Can you tell us how that came about? And you worked with some heavy hitters there, so let's hear about it.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. It it was a journey in itself.
Hmm.
I had um, recorded the album, probably 95% of it in Miami. So I wanted to go
Oh,
to Miami and do the release of the album in Miami, and use as many of the musicians as I could, and even some of the artists that were on the record, like Gloria Stefan and my dad, Pete Escovedo,
hmm.
Debbie Nova, Jean Rodriguez, Tony Sukar, Mimi Sukar. I produced this record with Tony Sukar, and we just had a blast doing it. So, pre- I guess preparing, I should say, for that performance was challenging because I don't speak Spanish, I don't understand Spanish, and it's crazy because people think I do,
Yeah.
but I wasn't. I was not raised in that way. However, I understand the music, so it's in my heart.
Yeah.
So anyway, preparing for that, to be able to do that show with only 2 days of rehearsal, with all new people, half my band, and then a lot of the players. I think there was like 15 of us or 17 of us on
Wow.
stage, so it was incredible. I just felt like I still didn't have enough time as far as getting the stage together. There were so many things that were happening. It's like crazy, but I was able to film it. So I have it, I own it, and we'll put some stuff out there so people can see it. But it was amazing. It was incredible. We made it happen. Despite all the challenges and things happening, you're just going, wait a minute, it wasn't going to happen, and it did, and we made it happen. So I'm very proud of the village that made it happen.
Yes, and I'm sure once you release it, you always hit the stage blazing, and anything that's possibly could go wrong, no one would ever know because you are just that incredible of a performer. For sure, for sure. You pay homage
Thank you.
to, yes, you're welcome to some of the biggest legends the world has ever seen before, from Celia Cruz to Tito Puente. Tell me the importance of, working with these songs and putting it on your album. And as you said, you mentioned the legends, Gloria Estefan, Ruben Blades, and of course your father. Oh my gosh, that last track is my jam. Hey, I don't speak Spanish, but I'm here for it. I am here for
Yay.
it. So why was it so important for you to pay homage to those people?
Well, definitely growing up listening to salsa music was something that I had done. My dad brought the music into the home, and he met Tito Puente when he was 18 years old. And so
Wow.
they became friends. So having people like Tito Puente come to our home and meeting all of these great Cruz, and then Mongo Santa Maria, Ray Barreto, Ruben Blades, all of these people at Cachao, I ended up sitting in and playing with them, and that was just like crazy, And again, it was new to me. Yeah, it was new to me, but at the same time, it's just like, oh, this is really cool. I love this. This is great. And then later on, I'm going, that was incredible. What was I thinking? you
Right.
know, you just because you're in the moment, it's just like
Yeah.
you're going with it. You got to stand up tall and get in and let's go. I got this. But yeah, what an experience. And so I knew in doing this record, I wanted to pay homage to Fania All Stars was one of my favorite bands because it was all the All Stars, all the most amazing Latin artists in one band. And when they went to South Africa, that was incredible. There's a video of that whole thing, and it was just amazing. But to have all of them in one band was incredible. And then Tito Puente, of course, because he was my godfather, and he really took my dad and I under his wings and just, had us, being in places where people wouldn't even allow us to play, but because of him, we were able to. And then Celia Cruz, when I first met her, it was just amazing to even meet her and her knowing her story, just incredible. And what her as a woman, being who she was, was just iconic. And having my dad, so paying homage to them was really important. So we did their songs and paying homage to them, and then the rest of the songs are all original. But 7 original songs, and then 3 paying homage to the greats. Yeah.
Yes. And so obviously your dad is a huge influence, not on just you personally, but to the world. So did he give you some inputs like, hey, maybe you should collaborate with this person or that person or, for the album?
Yeah, he didn't say a thing. He said I was crazy. He
Oh my
said
gosh.
the first song I played him was the Tito Puente song, and I said, Daddy, I just want you to hear this song because we know the song because we recorded it with Tito, a live performance, La Familia, me, my dad, and Tito Puente, and my brother, and my dad's band. So it's on film. We recorded it in El Rey del Timbal, and so I said I have to do that song. So when I was getting ready to record it, Tony Sugar played it over the phone, and he said, "What do you think about this, sis? Is this cool?" And I was like, "No, tempo's too slow." And he's like,
Uh,
"But it's already fast." I said, "No, it's not fast enough." So I just closed my eyes and I sat there with the phone, just pretending like I'm playing live, and I got the that energy, momentum. Is like, oh my God, okay, here's a tempo, and he's like, wait, what? And he's
Yeah.
tapping, he's going, this is like 200 and something miles an hour. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I said, this is the tempo that feels right for me to take a solo that means something that's like, I'm going to go for it. He's like, oh my God. And I said, and not only that, Tito Puente, I believe Tito played it pretty fast many times. So
Mhm.
anyway, we did it. So when I played it for my dad, he listened to it and he looked at me, he goes, you're crazy. He said, why'd you do it so fast? I said, Tito did it faster than that. He goes, I don't know. I think this is probably faster than him. He goes, that's amazing. And he always tells you, he goes, you're incredible. You're just incredible. And he got teary eyed, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it was a moment.
Well, we get teary-eyed just listening to you, talk and speak and talk about your journey and just listening to your music and how it just pours and oozes out of you. You leave it all on the stage for us to enjoy. So again, just thank you for all that.
Oh no, thank you.
Yes, and this Bailar album, I believe, has been received by a vast audience, and it's to do with, again, your ability to just pour your heart and soul into your music that the fans can feel. And like you said, you have definitely, I feel like the effervescence of authentic salsa music infused with your own iconic sound in this album. So, what do you want people to take away from it when they listen to it?
I want them to enjoy it. I don't want this music to die. I think it's important to bring it to the culture of the young people now and share with them something that I love so much that is really important, the culture, the music, the people, and go back, and if it means reading about Celia Cruz or Tito or Ruben Blades or the Fania All Stars or my dad. It's like the stories of who they then were mentored or listened to, were influenced by, and those stories and how far it goes back, and the cultures mixing together from Africa to Cuba to bringing it here and what that really means. And it's like this music is incredible and it's passionate, and I just want the young people to know this. I mean, there's so much music in the world. We'll never really learn or hear it all, but I have the opportunity with this platform to share something that I really love, and I think it's something that the young people would love. And you get to salsa dance, and that's coming back, so
Yeah.
it's just perfect timing. And I just want them to share it and enjoy it like I do.
Definitely, definitely. And, I'm going to tell you about some dream collaborators that are coming true with you this July at the 30th Essence Festival Culture. Tell us why it's important to have these types of festival and what we can expect to hear. And obviously, we're going to be dancing the night away, but tell us about this for you.
It's growing up. There were so many places, and I'm born and raised in Oakland, California. The Bay Area has so much music and life and culture, and there's so many different ethnicities there in the Bay Area that bring that element of Bay Area sound from the R&B and the funk and the soul and rock and roll, hip hop, everything. And growing up, we were able to go to all of these clubs and play and sit in with people. And when I was playing with Confunction, it's just like, oh, you're playing with Confunction. And then when you play with them, then you're meeting the other bands, and you've got the OJs, and I'm playing with George Duke, and then we're doing those festivals like they used to be called the Cool Jazz Festivals. And
Mhm.
those festivals was where we met all of these artists from Ashford and Simpson, the OJs, the LTD. I mean, I was
Oh
in that
my
environment,
gosh.
and it was crazy. And so for Essence Fest to be 25, 30 years later, it is important for us as people in the world to gather together. That music is the only entity that can bring all ethnicities together. It's a language that surpasses everything, and bringing people together, it's like the culture of it means everything. It's so important to the world, and to for us to be together as a people through music. It's so powerful. It really is.
So powerful. Yes, for sure. And I know you have so much going on, and I'm not going to take up more of your time, but I just got to tell you another collaboration that I would love, absolutely love with you and DLG. Oh my gosh, those originators and you, that sound would be insane. So, I mean, I'm going to petition for that. But, the Glamorous Life is forever an iconic song. When you were recording it, like when you were in the thick of it, I mean, you just named so many incredible artists from the past and, that are still thriving today. I know when you're in it, maybe you don't realize it, but did you know that that song was going to become a global phenomenon?
No, not at all. No,
Wow.
you do your work and you love it and you hope that people like it. And the premise of doing that song was to feature me and playing timbales because, first of all, a lot of people didn't know what timbales were. They had no
Yeah.
idea. Not even the record company. They didn't have a clue. And they wanted me to release Bella St. Mark, which was another song instead of Glamorous Life as the first single. And I was like, that's cool. Bella St. Mark is a good song. However, it only features me singing, and I'm coming out with my first ever solo album, and if I'm doing that and this is my music, I have to showcase me as a percussion player because people don't know, and it was really important to showcase that. So to play percussion on that song was very important, and you just, again, you don't know, you're just being yourself, which is
Yeah.
awesome. And then all of a sudden, I'm here, 40 years later, still playing that song that I love so much.
I mean, artists today wish they could just have a sample of that. I mean, a legend. I mean, I still play that song. That's my jam since I was little to now. It
Uh,
still gets us going. It still gets us going. We know hopefully you'll play some of that at the Essence Festival this year. And quickly, what tell us about your organization, Stiletto Flats?
Stiletto Flats is my company, and it's really just the arts, the music, and what we're able to do. I used to sign artists actually, but it's just been harder and harder because now you can kind of do a lot of things yourself, and so it took a lot. But Stiletto Flats is a company that I started a long time ago, and it really means I would start with my heels really, and then go down to flat shoes, and now I'm mostly flat shoes.
Yeah.
Stiletto flats.
Perfect.
And I was actually going to start a shoe line because I love shoes. I love
Yeah.
shoes. So that's still something on my bucket list. We'll see what happens.
Yes, and you have to do something for your hands and your wrists because, like, how are you able to still sound as if you were like 20 or like 15 or whatever, still killing those drums? Like, what is your secret to making sure that you are just so fluent with, the percussion? Oh
I
my
get
gosh.
No, I get so excited when I play. I get to play. It's just amazing. I just love it. I love that I get to do this and have fun. And it takes a lot. I have a lot of injuries. I'm coming off a torn meniscus and then a
Mm,
sprained ankle. And there's stuff happening to me every day. And you just go, forget it. I'm going to continue to try to just maintain some
yeah.
kind of, I'll be 67 this year, and stuff is like a little bit different now. So
Amazing.
I'm just trying to make it happen.
Well, you're making it happen. And it's been an honor meeting you, one of
Thank you.
America's most musical treasures. We appreciate you, Miss Sheila E.
Thank you.
Guys, if you haven't already, go stream and support her at all costs. And make sure you snag your tickets for one of the livest festivals this year. And of course, I'm talking about the 30th Essence Festival of Culture in New Orleans this July. And we'll see you next time. And this is R&B.com. Take care.
Bye.
Doing it like this, shake it up, make it bump it.